Guess where we're going?
Manhattan.
Exactly. We're going from Lyndhurst to Manhattan. It's going to take us about an hour and 6 minutes, and we'll be landing into Penn Station. When I used to work in Midtown, I really enjoyed being in Manhattan. I lived on Upper East Side, East 88, which was beautiful times, but I think now they drove us to the station. We didn't think that we could make it, but Meral, Scott's wife, kept saying, you can make it, you can make it, you've got 3 minutes. I'm like, 3 minutes, we still have to buy a ticket. And we did buy the ticket, and we made it with 30 seconds to spare. So the Meral was right.
Thank you, Meral.
Thank you. We're at Penn Station now. Let's go. We are at Moynihan train hall. We're gonna take the A, C, and E line subway, and we're gonna take it down to Battery Park, and that's where we're gonna catch the Staten Island ferry. We wanna do that first, see a grand view of New York and Manhattan. We're heading to World Trade Center. We couldn't find the Battery Park, but I'm sure it's a walking distance from there to Staten Island. This is where the World Finance just takes place. Behind us is the infamous bull, and everybody is taking pictures. Instead of New York Stock Exchange, they are the New York Wine Exchange, which is, I think, more useful. It's kind of hazy today, but right behind us, I'm not sure if you can see the Statue of Liberty. We're at Battery Park downtown, right at the edge of Wall Street, and behind us is the famous Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
After the Americans have won the war, after they gained their independence, the French had sent them the Statue of Liberty as the sign of friendship. Right next to that, there's Ellis Island. Ellis Island has been the popular and most known entrance to the United States for all the European immigrants coming on to boats from Europe to here. They would be taken into Ellis Island. They would be processed through there and then admitted into the United States. Staten Island Ferry to Staten Island, go by this statue, and once we get back, we'll take you through Manhattan. Do you know those high rises behind you? Do you know where that is?
Please tell me.
That's Hoboken, New Jersey.
Okay.
It is across from the Hudson River. The Hudson River just opens up into the New York Harbor right here. It has the best view of Manhattan.
I'm very lucky. I have a very good guide to show me the New York.
Of course, I lived here for 2 years, and 1 year in Manhattan, Upper East Side, and the second year I lived in Fort Lee area, which is close to George Washington Bridge. This was my playground. I'm happy to be here again. Right behind me is the Freedom Tower. It was built in place of the Twin Towers. If I were making decisions as to what to build in place of Twin Tower, I would have built again 2 towers and bigger and better. I cannot believe now the Staten Island Ferry is free. In the olden days we used to pay a quarter. That was expensive when you compare it's free.
Yeah, push over the limits with your
getting on the ferry. There will be 30 minutes one way and 30 minutes return. It's the best attraction of New York. Statue of Liberty, and from there we're going to be heading out to Staten Island. It's another 20 minutes of ride. It's one of the best rides ever. Right behind me is the entrance of the Hudson River. Hudson River goes fairly north, and both sides are very exciting. It goes up to Nyack, that goes all the way up to West Point. West Point is a beautiful place. I'm not sure if you're going to have time to see it, maybe on the way back, if we do make New York again. Quite sorry about the West Point. My good friend Mehmet Sabancı and I have taken a day out to visit West Point. I rented, actually I had a bicycle, which I took one, and one for Mehmet. We went up there, and he told me that he doesn't know how to bicycle ride. Buğuna El Fatiha. We had a short stop at Staten Island. Now we're heading back to Manhattan. The bridge that we just saw moments ago was the Verrazano Bridge that connects New Jersey to Long Island. When we're coming here, I showed you the opening of the Hudson River, right? One side is New Jersey, the other side is Manhattan, New York. Well, now what's behind us is the East River. The East River is on one side of Manhattan Island, which just continues north and goes all the way up to George Washington Bridge. And from where we crossed a couple days ago to Long Island, that's where it meets with Hudson. Actually, there are some canals. In the olden days, you found a lot of floating bodies on the East River. Because the north of Manhattan, it's a Spanish Harlem, and it was not necessarily the safe part of Manhattan.
I was out of my mind, thinking you were the one that it was love, feelings were strong. I should know. I don't know what I was thinking. Let it be more than drinking and going back to your place, never to see you again. That was simply delusion, followed up with confusion.
This is my first meal in New York, Wall Street.
In Wall Street, you're right. We're in Wall Street.
Chicken rice bowl.
That's right, Danbury chicken rice bowl.
Yeah.
Same here, Danbury chicken. Me too. I'm starving. We haven't had anything in the morning, and I don't know what time it is.
Yes, we only have coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. How much you're messing with my feelings in my heart.
We're at the entrance of the Trinity Church. There's a queue. We're gonna check and see what's going on. First time they asked for proof of vaccine, which we do have, but in my Turkish phone, which I left behind. So next time we should be prepared.
Drinking and going back to your place, never to see you again.
I cannot believe in the concrete jungle. This is such an oasis. That's a lovely serene place. It's full of tombstones that dates maybe 100 or 200 years old. and I'm glad that they are able to leave it as it is. Etienne, did you see the Wall Street behind us? It is one Wall Street. This is the Wall Street.
The Broadway Street.
Yes. This is where the stock exchange is. The Turkish Airlines sponsors opening bell and closing bell, and that bell rings here. Yes, this is where the Twin Towers stood. In the ruins of one of the towers, they built the memorial, and the other one, Freedom Tower. May their soul rest in peace. We finally made it to my playground. I work very close to here. We're at 5th Avenue and 59th Street at the corner of the Plaza Hotel, which is right behind us, and the corner of the Central Park. Central Park is quite a large place which we're gonna walk in, and I'm gonna try to take her where the pond is. Melanie had asked Petya to join her for 5 o'clock tea, but we're a little bit too early. Yeah. Let's go and get her some gifts, and then on the way back we'll stop over.
Okay.
Third Avenue. This brings me so many memories. We're at the corner of 3rd and 51st, Midtown. The building behind me, 850 3rd Avenue, was my office in 1990s. I worked here and I came here every day, and I had the best time of my life. It was a turning point of my life. I worked with one of the Turkish conglomerates, and they had an office called Polsa. Here I am, 32 years later. I'm here, still standing. After getting an international degree, MBA, and MIM out of Thunderbird, this was my very first international job. Prior to this, I worked with General Motors, but that was mostly a domestic career path. God bless Tarhan Bey, who was the gentleman who hired me. He's no longer with us, but his memory lives with me forever. Now we can go and see Central Park.
Yeah, and it's time to see the Central Park. Central Park.
Uncle Daniel Webster said, "Liberty and union, now and forever, one and inseparable." That's Daniel Webster. Go look it up.